Hey there once again folks to episode 25 of my Ever17 Let's Play. We made it 25 episodes in. I think we are getting close to the end of the first run through of the story. Takashi's point of view. I think it is day 4 out of 5, so that makes sense. But before we get into this, give me some feedback about the video quality and the sound quality. Tell me if it's any better, the same, or worse. I'm going to try something new this time. If it don't work, it don't work. It's a visual novel, so it's not that heavily graphic. It's not that very graphics heavy, you know, like your PlayStation 4 realistic type, where you can barely tell they're not real people. Oh wow, that looks like an actor. Oh wait, no, it is a CGI. You know what I mean? Not that I've played a PlayStation. Well, nobody's played a PlayStation 4. PS2 is the last one I had on that branch. But anyway, excuse me. But anyway, you let me know. I'm gonna try it with this episode, and unless there's technical difficulties, my computer is quite picky. I need a new one. So yeah, let me know how it looks, and to make sure the sound doesn't get screwed up. I know YouTube, when you put videos on YouTube, it looks a bit different than, you know, just pulling up the video file. I tested it a little bit earlier. It looked the same to me. I redid the last episode. It looked the same to me, but maybe it helps the maybe it'll help it retain a little bit better on YouTube. I don't know, but anyway, I think I'll try it out. So let me know what y'all think from y'all's point of view. Alright, enough of that rambling. Let's get on with the show. Last time, Tsugumi was up and about, and her hamster, oh, what was it? She called it something really, what did she call it? What type of hamster was it? I can't remember. Oh well, it'll tell it. Anyway, her hamster's missing. It's off in a part of the section of LeMU that you can't access. So they're gonna go start the Great Hamster Rescue, as I'm dubbing this. They're gonna say something else. Oh yeah, I guess I'll go back to saying that, because the descriptions I'm putting in the videos are not helpful at all to anybody who has never watched the previous episodes. So I just suggest if you're watching if this is the first episode you watch, go back and watch the others, because you're gonna be lost. Alright. I grabbed a plastic bag from the trash can and headed for the exit. Where do you think I'm going? I'm going to go get him. That funny looking hamster. I ignored her and left the security office. I think he's really trying to get her to respect him. A lot of times that tends to kill you. I began to walk toward the place I had in mind. Tsugumi caught up with me and grabbed my arm. What now? If I don't get going, Mr. Hamster is going to move to another place. How else? Swim. Tsugumi's hand relaxed. Still in her grip, I kept moving. Tsugumi came with me. He very well is, I'm sure. I'm going through with this.
だからあなたはうつけ者なのよ。 防水扉を開いたら6気圧の海水が一気に流入して。
That's a lot of mattresses on you. You don't have to worry about that. The hamster's in an area directly connected to the flooded emergency corridor. Mr. Hamster. The water in that area is 1 atmosphere of pressure, so the flooded corridor should be about the same. Besides, the floodgates on either side of the corridor are firmly shut. That corridor is completely isolated from the outside seawater. The entrance on the other side is open. If I use the flooded corridor beneath the room, I can get into the next area. Why don't you go back and check them out? Do your homework, Tsugumi. Do you think I'm the person who makes stupid decisions on the spur of the moment and don't think about it? Like, sure, I can swim 100 feet to the surface, or checking somebody's leg to see if they're wounded by pulling up their skirt. I don't make any horrible decisions like that just on the spot.
でも向こうのエリアまでどのくらいあると思ってるの？
153 feet. I made sure to check it before.
そう、51メートルもあるのよ。
It'll be alright. I swam to one end and back of a 25-meter pool underwater once. I kicked off the far wall coming back, but still. I waved my hands to dismiss it. Tsugumi's expression hardened.
そんな。やっぱりあなた、正気じゃないわ。死ぬつもり？
Tsugumi breathed in sharply. I'll be alright. It's alright. It's alright. I won't die. I promise I'll come back.
どうしてそこまでしてハムスター一匹に。
Oh, oops. Sorry. What else can I do? We're all in this together. Maybe you're not one of us, but any pet you have is one of us. In Japan, people would... Well, that probably is going to look a little weird there. Apparently I don't have any choice but to do the video a bit different, because my display driver crashed again. Yay! And since I know that the last time it crashed, the audio got completely crapped out of sync. I have no choice but to do the editing thing. My editing software doesn't recognize the output of these. Well, they recognize it, but it's only as an audio file, so have to convert it to where it'll recognize it as a video file, then I can edit it together. So, whoop-de-doo to that. Alright. So, if that black screen y'all probably just saw, I went back. Yeah, it's gonna be a black screen. So, at least you missed my cry of anguish of ah. Oh, well, there's a little taste of it. Alright, oh crap. 7 minutes was how far I was into the other one, I think. Okay, so 23 minutes. Hate math. Okay. In Japan, people with the same goal are called friends.
バカみたい。
That doesn't bother me. That's good for you, Takashi. I'm glad it doesn't. I'd rather be a cheerful idiot than some warped genius. We took I down to the 3rd floor. From there we walked along the corridor to the isolated sector. Anyway, you may as well eat this. The fried chicken sandwich was still in my hand. I shoved it at Tsugumi. Here, before it gets cold. Tsugumi's face showed no reaction as she silently accepted the sandwich. Tsugumi slowly unwrapped the sandwich. She cautiously sniffed it.
Huh.
Tsugumi suddenly took a huge bite. She ate it fast. Looks like she enjoyed it. The sandwich disappeared before my eyes. How was it? Good, huh? Tsugumi didn't reply, but balled up the sandwich wrapping paper and threw it back at me. But seeing how happily she ate, I didn't need words to know how she felt. I was pleased. We arrived at the pipe room. We searched the floor and opened the hatch of the manhole that led to the emergency corridor. We peered inside. A tube of about 2 feet in diameter stretched down below us. A simple ladder was fixed on one side of the tube. About 6 feet down, we could see the submerged emergency light shining. We could find no signs as we peered through the hatch that the water was backflowing. That meant that the water pressure inside the corridor was balanced against the pressure around us. I wonder if there's something I can use to guide me back. Fortunately, there was a rope with a hook on it, which looked as if it were a lifeline for the maintenance crew. I decided to hold on to it when I went in. Checking that the rope was long enough, I tied it firmly to a pipe nearby. If I tied it to the hook where I came out, then it should be easy to return. Alright then. I did some light stretching exercises to warm up.
待って。やっぱり私が行くわ。
Huh? Tsugumi stared me square in the face.
勘違いしないで。私はただあなたの偽善的な行動を見たくないだけ。偽善を信じ、偽善の果てに死んでいくようなバカバカしい光景を見たくないだけ。
How can you say that? That's not a nice thing to say. I laughed at her as I loosened my limbs and body. He loosened his limbs and body. And you like, thought I had kind of a funny joke there, but yeah, it would have been stupid. It'd been a shook joke though, so should have probably said it. I'll be fine. You go back to the security office.
Eh?
When I get through to the other side, you can tell me where the hamster is. We won't be able to locate him without LeMU, will we? So unless somebody who can operate LeMU stays behind, it won't work.
でも。
Okay then, it's settled. Man, Takashi's suddenly becoming the idea guy. Scary. I finished warming up and adjusted the voice converter in my ear. Sora had told me that the earphone was pressure resistant, but hadn't said anything about whether it was waterproof. See you later. I ruffled Tsugumi's hair and started in the ladder. Did he really reach over and ruffle her hair? That's interesting. She's probably not as mean as she lets on, because he would be dead by now. He really would be. My toes reached the bottom of the ladder. I let go of the ladder and leapt into the emergency corridor. Whew, wow, it's cold. It was like swimming in ice water. The water here was much colder than the water higher up. I had greatly miscalculated. And that wasn't the only thing I'd miscalculated. Inside the corridor was pitch dark. I tried to use my PDA backlight. I could see that there were parallel walls on either side of it, and this part of the corridor was straight. But that was all I could see. I knew nothing of what was beyond that. At that point, my PDA batteries ran out. Oh crap. No using this for a while. There was nothing for it but to grope my way forward. How far had I swum? How much further did I need to go? I had no way of guessing. I didn't even know if I was swimming in the right direction. I just kept swimming in the darkness. Wow, his plan that he did so well. It was terrifying. As my breath got tighter, I could feel the fear spreading through my body. I might just die here. As afraid as I was able to consider dying quite calmly. I was caught in the illusion that I was sinking farther and farther down. The darkness penetrated to my very core. A shadow of death crept through my whole body, eroding my every cell. I can't last much longer. Just as my fear reached its peak, I glimpsed a spot of light. The exit. Was it 30 feet? Or 60 maybe? My vision was cloudy and I couldn't judge the distance. I was reaching my limit. No, I had probably already exceeded it. The light was shining beyond the darkness. My body was screaming as my cramping fingers stretched out to the light. A little further. Just a little further. The light is right. There. My hand grabbed the ladder. I wasted no time in fixing the rope on the hook. I pulled myself forward, upwards. I scaled the ladder as quickly as I could and burst out into the corridor. I breathed in deeply. I breathed deeply, in and out. I coughed and spat. I felt like I was going to cough the darkness right out of my lungs. But contrary to my expectations, what erupted from my mouth was this semi-liquid remains of my hot dog. Awesome. He threw up his hot dog. Sweet. That's what you get for eating it in secret. I was a little cold, but I shook my head to clear it and continued my search for the hamster. The flood doors on either side of the corridor were shut tight. There was only one other door. I went through. Hey, Mr. Hamster! Come on down. That probably wasn't its name, but never mind. Why would it matter? Never had a hamster, but can they recognize their name? I don't think it really matters. It was better than dying. Oh, okay, that's what I was trying to think of earlier. It was better than yelling, Mr. Jingarian! Come on down.
Takeshi, daijoubu?
I heard Tsugumi's voice come out through a speaker somewhere in the room. Okay, Tsugumi, I can hear you. The room is pitch dark. I can't see a thing. Either the lights are broken or there's not enough power. My trusty PDA is out of power. I should have brought some fireflies with me. Fascinating. Am I like stuffing them in a jar and waving them around or something? Nothing. If you pick up the hamster's location, let me know. 1, 2. Okay.
そこで右に40度ターンして。
40 degrees? What kind of angle is that? Can we do it like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock? That's... Yes, I don't go by clock hands. That makes a little bit more sense. I think? Yeah, makes more sense.
ちょっとそれ右じゃなくて左回りじゃないの?
Are you sure? The other way?
本当に大丈夫なの?
It was just the wrong direction. I'm fine. Look, I'm facing the right direction now. It's too dark. He couldn't see. He was holding his fingers out in front of him, his thumb and his pointer finger, and he's like, dang, it's too dark. It's too dark to tell which one's an L. I'll just go this way.
もう前進。次は4メートル30。足元に段差があるわ。気をつけて。
What? How can I be careful in the dark? Ah!
え、どうしたのよ?
What do you think happened?
たけし、しっかりして。ちょっと返事してよ。ねえ。たけし。
She sounds concerned. It's alright. I'm alive. Can you let me know how high the steps are going to be? I didn't realize I'd be smashing my knee against it.
ごめんなさい。
It's a high step. But then again, just how much detail of thing is she looking at? I doubt it tells that sort of detail about how high the step would be. Although maybe it does, since she knew there was a step there. Okay. Go on, is Mr. Hamster still here? He hasn't run away from the awful swearing I made when I bumped my knee into the step?
ええ、ちゃんといるわ。
Okay, navigate me.
了解。
Oh, and I went like that. Alright, I gotcha. I successfully trapped a hamster in the plastic bag. I'm on my way back. Wait for me in the pipe room.
ええ、わかったわ。
I went out into the light of the corridor and checked the hamster. Okay, he was quiet, but seemed healthy. I blew more air into the bag and tied the mouth of it shut. Tired as I was, could I get back the way I came? I hesitated, but unless I went back, it was all pointless. If I followed the rope, I should be able to get back faster than I had come. I tied the bag to my waist, took a deep breath, and jumped into the water. Back to this screen, huh? Oh, that's dramatic. I climbed up the pipe ladder and stuck my head out of the hatch. I had made it back safely to the area I had started from. Honey, I'm home! Tsugumi was waiting beside the hatch. She is not a mean person at all, because I would probably have beat Takashi to death by now. Look what the cat dragged in. Me! Well, here I am, I'm back. In the flesh.
おかえり。
Oh wow, she welcomed me back. I closed the hatch and stood up. Opened the plastic bag at my waist and took out the hamster.
あ
Tsugumi grabbed the hamster. Don't grab it too anxiously, otherwise it'll be like Then Takashi'd be like, wow, I just almost died and you just accidentally crushed it. Did that happen in something? Seems like I've seen a movie where that happened. Something similar. Lovingly, she stroked his damp fur.
ありがとう。
Wow, and a thanks too. Tsugumi whispered her gratitude without looking at me. What's his real name? I looked at the hamster.
笑わないでね。
Okay, I won't.
絶対によ。
I promise.
この子の名前はチャミングだからチャミ
Chammy. That's cute. What a good name. How cute. That's what I thought. I did my best to stop on my laughter.
ああずるい笑わないって言ったのに
I'm not laughing. I tried to keep a straight face, but the corners of my mouth started to twitch. Chammy. Charming Chammy. Well, Chammy Poo, it's din time. I could just imagine Tsugumi baby talking to it. Oh, he's really saying this. Okay. Chammy Poo.
ああもうだから言いたくなかったのに
Sullen, Tsugumi was red-faced, but she held out the bath towel she had behind her back. Oh, thanks. I took the towel and wiped myself down. Phew. I breathed deeply, feeling reborn as I glanced at Tsugumi's face. She was playing with the hamster in her hand, and her cheeks were bright. She looked so happy. It was the first time I'd ever seen her smile. Darkness spread out before my eyes. Without limit it spread. Nothingness. The void was endless, and I was in the middle of it. I could find nothing by which to judge distance. I searched for light, but couldn't even see the movement of my body. There was nothing below my feet. Nothing held me up. And so I fell. I fell. Deeper and deeper I sank into the void. Further and further. No, that wasn't it. It seemed to me, rather, that the darkness was coming toward me. It approached me at a terrifying speed. But there was no sound. Yet it was creeping closer and closer. Finally it penetrated me. There was no way for me to shake it off. It seeped completely into me. It was strange, but there was no feel to it. The blackness invaded and settled inside me. It overtook me, never to part again. I'm becoming the darkness. The darkness is becoming me. My body becoming the darkness itself. The void was endless. It had no ceiling. Nothing existed to cover it. It was an abyss. Everything was buried in pitch black. And the dark of the night was crushing me. That is how. Everyone dies. I was dying. I was dead. Death. Excuse me. When I woke, my shirt was soaked with sweat. What an awful way to start the day. So it's the beginning of 5th day, huh? Pulled out my PDA to check the time. It read 3:18 a.m. But all drowsiness had left me. Attempting sleep again would have been a waste of time. I thought I'd only have another nightmare. Nearby I could hear soft breathing. Coco and Pee-Pee were nestled together comfortably, asleep. Trying not to wake them, I opened the conference room door and sneaked out. Yeah, here it goes. Day 5, Friday. Very convenient. Very convenient that the first day happened to be Monday, so you can easily keep track of this. Outside, the hallway seemed endless. For a moment, I had the illusion it went on forever. Stop being stupid. Without hesitation, I stepped into the cold water filling the hallway. I realized how oddly accustomed I'd grown to this spectacle, this strange situation, this daily routine, being continually enclosed by walls. Walls that, in a matter of time, were doomed to come crashing down. Where will I be when it happens? I decided not to think too deeply about it. I had already decided not to think about things like that. Climbing the emergency stairway, I headed towards Zuete's stop. Reaching the infirmary, I pushed the button to open the door. She's not here. The bed was empty. The spilled nuts were gone. I wonder if Tsugumi had cleaned them up, or was it someone else? In the meantime, no one was in the room. Reaching out to the LeMU terminal, I touched the screen. No reaction. The monitor lights were out. I walked toward the security office. I thought that maybe the terminal there would be online. Opening the door, I hesitated at the smell. As always, the room smelled like smoke. I tried the terminal. The screen read, "Periodic maintenance in progress." The message continued. LeMU full system periodic maintenance program in operation. Until completion, portions of LeMU functions are inaccessible. Estimated completion time, 6 a.m. I sure hope nothing happens by then, because Sora is probably affected by it. While under maintenance, the automatic control systems throughout the compound will be partially offline. However, facilities and attractions will operate normally. Note: since all sensors and recording systems operations will be checked during maintenance, function may be erratic. Therefore, it will not be possible to access data through the terminals. Warning. Man, there's a lot of text on this. on a lot of warning screen there. Warning: this maintenance program should not be aborted except in cases of emergency. If aborted, there is the danger of making the LeMU system unstable. I meant like the whole screen, not just the warning thing here. Therefore, please refrain from accessing LeMU until after maintenance completion. Thank you for your cooperation. Additional note. Until the maintenance completes, I will be unavailable. Oh, it's Sora. Oh, okay. Oh, hey Sora, in text form. Until the maintenance completes, I will be unavailable. Everybody should be asleep at this time anyway, right? I informed everyone about this operation at dinner time, but in case any of you forgot what I said, I am leaving this message. That is all. Good night. Peace out, hombres. Sora. Actually been awesome if she had said that. Well, how about that? Gee, Sora, I guess you forgot to tell me about this. Then again, maybe I wasn't listening. I was probably busy eyeing that extra piece of sausage in the refrigerator, trying not to be seen by the others as I hid the sausage, and later cooked it up. I've been gloating over it until being caught, and then certainly not expecting to be throwing it up only a half hour later. Was I stupid or what? I was lucky it wasn't worse. Oddly enough, I hadn't felt hungry since. Anyway, having no particular place to go, I found myself in front of an elevator. Ooh. And I believe it's time. And I'm actually not sure which one to go. Don't tell me. I'll pick one and live with the circumstances. Oh, I'm actually saving it. Oh, okay. I guess I'll save it. I normally do that after I quit recording. Probably do it again because I'm paranoid. Anyway, hope you folks enjoyed. I hope you didn't get annoyed at the annoying break earlier in, about 7 minutes in. Maybe you forgot it. Maybe I'm being stupid by bringing it up again. And also, let me know about the quality. Let me know if that's good, if it's any better, both audio or video. Why did I say audio first? I don't know. Let me know. Maybe the audio will get better because I don't think my mic or the program or something picks up everything somehow. I don't know. I seem a little bit more monotone. Maybe I'm just a monotone voiced person. But anyway, yeah, let me know some feedback on if the videos are better, worse, or the same. And I shall return in the next episode of Ever17. I only remember 2 more scenes. One was Tsugumi and another obvious scene that has to happen. That's all I remember. Of course, I forgot the hamster deal until it happened, but I think we are getting near the end, probably in 3 or 4 more episodes. So, anyway, as I said, I hope you folks enjoyed, and I will return. Farewell.